Hey guys, Chris here, aka Brickin' It, and welcome to my review of the Mos Eisley Cantina. If you're new here and like watching awesome LEGO videos, and how about subscribe, because I do a video pretty much every day. But let's get into this absolute mammoth of a set. So, as I saw this in the window when I was looking and waiting, because I got there super early in the morning, this didn't look that big, but as you can see, it is super massive. This bit here is basically a 48 by 48 base plate. It's huge, and then you have these bits here on the side that clip on as well. So, I've seen lots of people going through reviews where they show all the minifigures, which ones they liked, which ones they didn't, that kind of stuff. I want to do my review a little bit differently, and I want to go through it as the minifigures are in their place, and as we go through, I'll then show closer details of those minifigures. So, I'm going to unclip this little Jawa's Workshop, and I'm going to do that separately. That's going to be the last bit, and let's get into the actual main cantina first. So, here it is huge. So if I quickly go around the outsides, you can see it's got one of the Moisture Farm evaporator things here and one of the bigger ones at the back here. So let's quickly pop this off. As you can see, these actually pop out, which is really nice, so you can easily carry it around. This is the smaller one, and I do think what they've done here is really, really nice. I think these do look absolutely awesome. Really cleverly built. I like the little brick pieces on the top to give it that really nice look, and then that just clips back in if you want to. This other one at the back I'll go to in a second, but this bit here is the dewback and the little drinking trough area, which again can clip off. So here is the drinking trough bit, and it just looks absolutely wicked. You can see they've used the translucent blue tiles there with a little bone for him to eat, and it gives him a nice display area to make this a bit more of a displayable piece. But you can pretty much then, if you don't want to put it on, you can take it off, but you then just pretty much just clip it back into place like so. So it's really, really nice. Here is the dewback himself, and he is on one of the Sand Troopers. So let's take the Sand Trooper off and we'll have a look at him first. Here's one of the Sand Troopers. We get two of these in the pack. This is the one with the kind of black pauldron on the side. Pretty nice though, and he's got this new built backpack with the sand blue, which looks really, really cool. He has this staff piece when he's like this, but he also has a gun and a pair of binoculars, which are on the dewback at the moment, which is pretty cool. And then underneath the helmet, he does have a unique face. Well, not unique, but it's a different face to the Clone Trooper, which is nice to see. And again, just really nice printing. It's the new molded helmet, the dual one, with the little Sand Trooper markings on it, with the kind of all sandy bits, but really, really nice nonetheless. And I do think these are a must in this set, sadly. They do take up 2 spaces, but we do get 21 minifigures, so it's not that bad. So I have him riding on the dewback at the moment. So this is the same molded one that we've had before, but it is slightly different printing, apparently. So his mouth does open, that is a separate piece. And he does have this really nice built saddle here, which again, like I said, had the gun and the binoculars on from the Sand Trooper himself. This bit also can come off as well, but you can actually take all of this off if you wanted to, like so. And that has actually got a kind of a 8x8 section there. This can just be put to one side. You can also take the little mouth guard off there, and it comes with some green plate that you can just put over. So you can have it as a kind of wild looking dewback if you wanted to. I don't think it looks anywhere near as cool. It looks a little bit like it's missing something, but it's quite nice that they did that anyway. I think they used that with the old Tauntauns. So here is the Stormtrooper actually riding the dewback, and I just think that's really cool with this kind of guided rod that they use on the sets. I don't really know what they are. I'm guessing they're like a whip sort of thing to make sure the dewback's behaving and stuff, but it looks super, super cool. And he can actually just go here and rest. It's a really nice display stand area for him. And I just think it looks really, really nice that he can be on the front, and it makes what would look like kind of a little bit of a boring sand area to actually look really, really cool and more display from that area, especially as you have the door over here as well. So we've gone from that side of the building now over to this little bit here. This is the front door, a couple of stickers here and there. I think there's a sticker there across the top and one for the little actual control panel, but this actually does come up and you can go through the door. They also can, if you pull the door up slightly, it can actually hold there, which is quite nice. Has a little like a round piece that does that, which is pretty cool. But there we go. That's really nice to see. And again, you can also open the top here, and we'll show how the actual set opens in a second. So going all the way around to the back, really nice angle here just to give it a bit more shape to the building. But as you can see here, there's lots of little boxes and things that you can take off. There's little bits in here, just little trinkets for kids if they wanted to see that kind of stuff. Nice to see. We also have one of the new printed pieces here, which is this little Imperial box with the nice writing that you see on Galaxy's Edge and stuff around there, Batuu and things, which is really, really cool. So we get that little piece there, which is really nice. And lots of nice little built-up pieces just make it look more like a hustle and bustling kind of area in Mos Eisley itself. Really, really cool. Again, this also can pull off. You don't have to have it there if it takes up too much space like that. It just kind of unclips, and so does the the bigger one of the Moisture Farm things, which is pretty cool as well. So this is the bigger one. This one looks absolutely awesome with all this greebling on the sides and stuff. Just looks wicked. Definitely nailed this one. Very, very tall. Again, you can just move it around. You don't have to have it there, which is quite nice to see. So you don't have to have this how you want. You can kind of display it a little bit in different areas if you wanted to. But again, for space saving, you can take this off and then you can just put it back on if you want to. And just all clips in really nicely, like so. And I think it just does look absolutely awesome like that. Again, this bit here also opens. So you can get your hands in there. And there's also a little back door here, which again does the same thing where you can hold it up and it kind of does that same little bit. Really, really cool. So how does it open? Well, you kind of have to go at the front here, and there's one pin that basically holds this entire thing open. So first things first, you have to take the actual ceiling off. Now this is a bit of a weird ceiling piece. They haven't filled it in so you can actually see inside, so you can actually see the minifigures and stuff, which I think is actually really cool. I know people are asking me on the live stream when I did this, are you going to be filling this in? No, I quite like it. I think it looks quite nice, and it is a bit of a, not an ugly display piece, but it's a bit boring all in sand. So I think this makes it look a bit more of a nice display piece where you can see inside and all the minifigures actually add to the display, which is pretty cool in my opinion. But once you've taken that off, you can then actually pull it from the side here, and my Stormtrooper fell off. And that is pretty much how it opens up. So you have the bar in the middle, and if I move the this stuff out of the way, it's so big, it's unbelievable, like that. And the bar can stay in the middle, and actually then you can have minifigures kind of going around here if you want to, but they're not on actual base plates or anything, which is a bit annoying. But you can actually have this going all the way out like that, so it can be a really cool display piece if you wanted to, with the actual bar in the middle like that, and then the rest of it kind of all on show, which I think is absolutely wicked. So with that, I'm going to go through basically how I've done all the scene and then go through each of the minifigures. I think that's the best way to do it. So starting over here, you can see there's some nice sticker pieces on the console. You can't really see that. It's really hard to actually show, but I'll get my camera and show you right now. The top also opens so you can see inside that a little bit, which is quite nice. But that is the entrance way to the actual cantina itself. Then over here I had C-3PO and R2-D2 leaving because they've been shouted at by Wu himself at the front. So these are pretty much the worst minifigures in the set because it is just R2-D2, pretty plain, nothing new. Would have been nice to have maybe got some new printing on him or something, maybe leg printing for a change. We've never had that on R2-D2. But I've got him leaving there. He would have never got down those stairs anyway. And also C-3PO, which again, just a normal C-3PO. I don't know why they don't dual mold one of C-3PO's legs to silver. That would be absolutely awesome. Instead we get this weird print that doesn't even go all the way down. Again, no side printing or anything. Would have been really nice to have seen a bit more detail to have it, you know, in a set this big. It would have been cooler to have got a nicer C-3PO that we haven't got yet. But that's the two annoying droids there. They are already leaving. Now, with these bits here on the top, which is quite interesting, you can actually pop them off. So you can actually get inside to view these guys better and to place them with your hands, which is really nice. So all of them are pretty much the similar. Same over here. Not much to it. Again, we have some more printed pieces and some nice little table areas, which looks really nice. But we'll go to this minifig here where he's sitting on his own having a drink. And it is one of the Bossk characters. Now this guy is actually what's called a Trandoshan apparently. That is the species of character but a lot of people know them as like Bossk because he is the more famous bounty hunter one. He is a different colour to him. And this guy on the box is called Shrek Kelfas. I've never ever heard of that character name, but he's pretty cool nonetheless. He's obviously a side character just in the bar, but he's got a really nice, same moulded face as Bossk, but in a different colour. Really nice. No leg printing or anything, and no side arm printing, but he's a really nice character to get, and he is exclusive to the set, so he's going to be probably a bit more of a valuable character going forward. But again, really nice to see, and it is a different alien, which is awesome. That's what I really wanted with this Mos Eisley set, was to get loads of aliens. And we get 7 new ones for this set alone. They're exclusive to the set. So going over to the next one that's exclusive to the set as well is Cabe. Now, he's a really cool little one. I think it's actually a she from what I've been told. Only one side printed face, which is a little bit annoying, but really cool nonetheless. It has a weird actual nose, but that is how he looks, or how she looks in the movie. These ears are way too big for the character though, but I think it looks okay because we haven't ever had these aliens before, so it's nice to get them anyway. So there we go. Again, no leg printing or anything, but it's really, really nice, and I do like this colour, this dark orange. It looks really, really cool. Then next to Cabe, we have the Devaronian, known as Labria, apparently, according to the box. Now again, this guy's got a moulded headpiece, which is really, really nice. This clip-on piece, and it's actually a rubbery texture, which is quite interesting. It has a dual facial expression, which is really cool, and he has that really nice grin, which you see in the movies. And he does have back printing, nothing too interesting there, but it's just a generic kind of look, but no leg printing or anything. And this is one of the older capes, kind of a felty one, so it's a bit more easy to damage and stuff. But other than that, really, really cool, and definitely nice to see him in the set. And then I had another guy drinking over here. So as you can see, this is a really packed bar. It looks really good with these 21 figures, and you can definitely add a couple more yourself, a couple more in different seats. So I might put Admiral Akbar in here or something at some point. But here is the Ithorian, which is the one that I was most excited about when I saw him in the set. And here he is. So this guy is known as Maumor Nadan, apparently. Really cool character though. He has leg printing and is one of the only characters in the set to actually have leg printing, but it's really nice. He even has foot printing, which is really, really cool. Again, this is a new molded head, but I think it has been used before actually, but it is exclusive to this set now. I think it was not from an actual named character or anything. I think it was a Lego character apparently. But again, nice back printing, really nice molded head. I really do think this is awesome, and I hope we see him a bit more. The reason I was so excited for this guy is because this is who Dok-Ondar is in Batuu at Galaxy's Edge. So hopefully we might see this mold get used for him in the future. But if not, I'm definitely using him for my mock of Batuu when I get to do that with Dok-Ondar's Den of Antiquities. So he's going to be sitting there having a nice drink on his own. So here we see the center bar piece. Now this is really, really cool. It's just all in white, and I think they've done a great job of getting this look. A little bit sad that there's no like IG-88 kind of printed heads on here, because that is actually what they use in the movies. But I think they've done a great job. I think it looks really nice and detailed. You have a little drawers at the back here, which weirdly has a bone in, but he's got a till here as well. But then we get Wooer, which is one of an older character. So here we go. Here is Wooer, or a lot of people know as the bartender. Now he's the exact same minifigure apparently that we got in the last version, so not the greatest, but I don't have that many figures, so this is why I don't mind these characters in this set, because I didn't get him, so it's a great opportunity to have him, and it means I don't have to try and get the older one either. But he has two facial expressions, one which is him shouting, kind of get out of my bar, no droids allowed kind of look, and then the other one is just a more stern face, maybe he's pulling a drink or something. Pretty cool though. And again, he comes with a gun for some reason, but they all seem to come with guns, so it is a bar filled with the, you know, wretched hive and villainy, so there we go. So I'll put him there shouting at the droids, because that's what it would be if this is actually swung to one side. As you see there, the droids would be in front and he's just shouting at them when you look over the top, when you can see the scenery. So that is this side. Again, this is the back door area here. There's lots of cool little stuff in here, and there is actually a little sticker piece, which is the two droids on the kind of, I'm guessing it's no droids allowed, or maybe it's the wanted droids, because it seems to be C-3PO and R2-D2 on the sticker, so maybe it is that, and they're saying these are the droids they're looking for. I don't know, but there we go. That's the back door to the actual cantina itself. And then around here you get more of these actual clip-on roofs. So let me put these ones back on over here. Really interesting pieces actually. I'll just show you these quickly. That is the piece, and it just goes on. And then you kind of use these grills here so you can kind of prise them off a little bit easier. And then the corner ones actually have a little hook, and that's how they look. It makes it look really, really nice, and you can easily play and display this really, really well. So let's take these ones off over here. There we go. And first off is the actual band area, which is where you have the 3 Bith musicians. Now again, these are exactly the same from the older Cantina set, not the last one. And again, I didn't have these, so I'm really happy with these. I don't mind that they didn't change them at all. Really cool molded heads, and they're all the same. They just all have 3 different instruments. So you have one with the black instrument, you have one with a gold instrument, and you have one with a silver instrument, which I just think gives them just enough variety. And this makes it look really packed in here. So I know people are complaining that you weren't getting the 5, because there are 5, but you could fit 5 in here if you wanted to, but I think it would be a bit too much of a squeeze. So I think 3 makes it look really, really cool, and I think that looks absolutely great. Then over here you have the 2 guys that I just absolutely love, and these are definitely exclusive to this set, and they're the ones that people are most hyped at, I believe. So here's the first one, which is Dr. Evazan. Now he looks absolutely great. Again, no printed leg pieces or anything, but I do like his little vest. It is exclusive to this character, and that looks pretty cool. He does have back printing, and he does have a dual facial expression. One that's like really got this angry grin, like, you know, you're not welcome here, we're wanted criminals. And then the other one is maybe a shocked face when Ponda Baba gets his arm chopped off by Obi-Wan in the New Hope, which is pretty cool. So there we go. So there's him. So obviously the guy that gets his arm chopped off is next, which is Ponda Baba himself. Now this one I think looks absolutely awesome with this molded head. I know he does look a little bit shorter because of how it is, but it doesn't bother me at all. I think he looks absolutely awesome. He has a really nice orange vest, which just looks absolutely wicked. He does have nice back printing. Again, no leg printing for these characters, but I don't think it's the end of the world now. I've seen them up close. They're not too bad, but really, really cool. All printed. This isn't actually like dual molded or anything. It's just a one mold with them painting on it, but it does a great job, and I think they have really nailed the look of that character. I think he just looks absolutely wicked. Then next we have Luke Skywalker. This guy, it's just the 4th or 5th one I've had this year for this character, which is just really, really disappointing. No side leg printing, nothing like that, and no specialness at all about him. His head print is exactly the same in other sets as well, so he has no like shocked look when he gets knocked over or anything. So a little bit disappointing. He does have a lightsaber, but they kind of always come with lightsabers. And yeah, just not much to say really about him. I wish that he got more of an exclusive looking one. Maybe even if he come with a poncho that he has in Luke's Landspeeder, that would have been cool, because that's a more rarer piece because it's only in that set, but sadly not. And then next to him, obviously we have Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, this one he only has one facial expression, but I do actually prefer this one to the Luke Skywalker because it has the new hood piece that I haven't had many of, so that's nice. And I don't think he has that in Obi-Wan's hut either, so it's cool that we at least get that, a slight variation from him from the set earlier this year. Again, he does have back printing, nothing too amazing there with the back printing, but the cape covers it up anyway, so it's not really too much of a deal there. But he doesn't have any secondary facial expression, so that's just how he is. I really do like this new hood piece though, and we'll get onto that later because this is used a lot nicer and a lot with the Imperial Spy, which is really cool how they've done that. So behind those two, you can see that there is Greedo and Han Solo, and this has got a really cool play feature actually, which I'll show you right now. So around the back of it, there are two little sections that you can then flick, and actually you shoot off which one. So you can shoot off either, if you know, whoever shot first, Greedo or Han. Obviously Han shot first, but that's my opinion and no one else's. But I think that's a really cool little play feature they've added in here. I think that they did it differently in different older sets, but I think this is a really cool one, and it looks quite well. It doesn't look too obvious that it's a play feature, so I think it fits quite well. So even if you didn't want to use it, it's there anyway, and it does look pretty cool. So let's get on to Greedo first. This is the one that a lot of people were most disappointed at, and I am too really, because he has no arm printing, which would have been absolutely awesome, because again, he's the same one from an old set, and with such an expensive set like this, it would have been nice to have got even more exclusive kind of characters. But the printed face looks really, really great. This mold looks absolutely awesome in this color. He has no side printing or anything, and other than that, it's just a pretty plain minifigure, and it's one we've had before, sadly, but that's just the way it is with this set. We have got 7 new characters, so you can't complain too much, but it would have been really nice to have got a more desirable figure that's got really a lot nicer printing that we haven't really got with this set, such as like Han Solo in Cloud City. He actually had really cool side leg printing, which I'll get onto now. The new Han Solo doesn't have that, and it's so disappointing. But here he is anyway. He's just a generic Han Solo. We've had this one in so many sets before. He does have a double facial expression, but again, nothing too good here. It's just so disappointing. It's the same Han Solo we've had time and time again. It would have been really nice if we'd got these dark bluer trousers with the side printing of the holster. That would have been so much cooler, but sadly we don't have that. So just have to live with it. It's not a deal breaker for the set by no means, but it is annoying that it's missing from the set. So Han Solo's partner in crime. We also have Chewbacca over here in the corner. And again, he's just a generic Chewbacca. Nothing too great here. Now, he does have his stud shooter, but it is the Wookiee bowcaster, so I think that just looks really, really cool, because the fact that they've given him a unique one is absolutely awesome. So I don't mind that at all. But it is a generic Chewbacca, nothing exclusive or anything here, and I don't really know what they could have really done, because he does have leg printing and everything. Anyway, maybe some arm printing would have been pretty cool, but yeah, he's just a generic Chewbacca, so it's not the end of the world that we are not getting a new one for this. So the one I've got at the front is one of the stormtroopers has been alerted maybe when Greedo or Han shot, like I did in the movie. This is the other sand trooper. So he is pretty much identical to the other one, except for he has the orange pauldron here. Again, same new built backpack piece, which looks absolutely awesome. And he does have a different head underneath, which is actually the one that's used for Lucius in the Diagon Alley set, just like the Scout Trooper as well in the Mandalorian set. So they are using these faces quite a lot, but it's pretty nice at least that they are different ones in each of the sets. So I don't mind that too much. So that is pretty much all of the characters in this main set piece here. I think, as you can see with them all here, it just looks absolutely awesome. It does look really, really packed, and I think having 21 minifigures really does help with that. But there's, again, lots of seats you can add even more if you wanted to, but I think they've done a cracking job with the ones that are here. So we obviously do have more minifigures to go, but they aren't in here that I put at the moment. So let me close this back up, and it just clips together by this one connector piece right here, and it really is strong actually, this build. So easily clips together with this one piece, and I'm terrible at getting the connect pieces to clip. There we go. And then you can just put all the roof pieces back on, and then the top bracket just goes on like so, and it just looks really, really awesome. Just this piece alone they could have sold for like $250, and I think it would have been great. Maybe even you know, $299 they could have gotten away with, but I'm really glad they've added the other stuff, which we'll get onto right now. So over in this corner is the clip here, and that is because that's where this section gets clipped on, which is the Jawa's workshop, which is an awesome little build. So let me move this to one side. Here is the little Jawa's workshop. Now this also clips apart, so there's a clip here and here, and you can just kind of clip this to apart. So let's go to the back of the building first. This one is more of a facade. It actually does go all the way through. You can see it on the back here, but it's really, really nice nonetheless. These two top bits also pop out, so you can easily get your hands in there. So that is the roof compartment to the top one. Really nice detailing. I think it looks absolutely awesome. And the same with this one, completely different detailing and some nice build techniques to get that rounded look on the top. But you can see a lot easier into here. So there's lots of nice, cool little trinkets and things for Jawas to make stuff. There's also a blue kyber crystal there, which is pretty nice. You have some nice work bits outside and things, and little wheels and stuff in the bins, which I think looks absolutely awesome. It's a really nice built up kind of like ventilation system or something on the side. And then as we turn it around, you can see lots more little details here with like a pan and a shovel and stuff like that, and even a chainsaw piece. But it all works, and I think it looks absolutely great. And I think this is definitely a really nice addition to add a little bit of shape to the main kind of Mos Eisley Cantina bit, because that's a bit of a, you know, a big ugly square, whereas when you're adding this on, it creates more shape and more diversity, like alleyways and stuff like that, which I think works really well with the set. The next and coolest part of this build is actually the main shop area, and I don't think you can see the Jawa. He's right there, you can see through the light, there's little eyes glowing. But in front of that, we do have the Imperial Spy, or the Gurinden. This is the guy that a lot of people were most excited for, and I don't blame them, I was too. But this is a really, really cool character. Again, he's just got a generic Imperial kind of looking torso. It does have back printing, like so. Nothing too major there though with the back printing, but he does have the new piece, which is that cloak piece that I was on about earlier, and that is how his head is made up. It's actually on a dark grey piece, and then you actually have like a beard piece that comes up to make that really cool new looking nose piece thing, which is absolutely awesome. Also, I was rewatching Mandalorian episode 1, and this guy's the guy that uses the flute to kind of bring the speeders to the Mandalorian at the beginning, where he gets like, the ship gets attacked by that big monster. So that's really cool. So you could use this in Mandalorian mocks as well. Really, really cool. And I'm hoping that they'll make this piece more accessible in other sets later on, but really, really cool. I know we're getting a Mandalorian set later on, so maybe it's in that. I doubt it, but you never know. So this building is actually really interesting because the top pops up like all the others, which is really cool. And it also has a door at the back, which also can be clipped open like so, which is really, really cool. But it actually opens from the middle as well, so you can really get access in there. Again, he just has lots of nice cool little bits, brooms and stuff, and the Jawa has a little chair and lots of pieces to work with there. So let's get the little Jawa out. But the Jawa is just a pretty plain Jawa. He's one we've had in lots of sets recently. He's been in battle packs and stuff like that, so nothing too amazing. But the fact that we have a Jawa shop is okay that we get in a Jawa as well. So Jawa's not the coolest character to be getting, but at least they have added it, and there's another alien in the set, which I think is really nice. They just added so many different aliens for what they can get, which I just think really does add to the hustle and bustle of Mos Eisley and makes it look really cool like it did. So then these just clip back together like so on the side, and then that clips into the actual clips over here on the main cantina bit there to create this really nice kind of curvy area, which is where I put these next two ships. This is the small one. According to the set, this is actually Greedo's ship, which I'm not too sure about, but you do see it in pictures, so that's pretty cool. I didn't even know it was actually a speeder. It looks a little bit like a massive droid. But this has all the kind of the stickers, or the main sticker parts from the set. These are all stickers here, stickers around the side, and it just pops open to reveal the kind of cockpit area with a printed piece there. Really, really cool though, and I actually really like this. I haven't got it before, so it's quite nice to have, and like I said, it can easily be put kind of like hidden around somewhere or outside, which I think looks really, really awesome. And this is the one that's actually at the Lars homestead as well, but you also do see it outside the cantina. But these are all sticker pieces added on, so these are really where most of the stickers for the set are. Got really nice kind of exhaust ports or whatever this is on the back. It looks really, really cool. And this is a really nice set. I think this looks really, really nice. And the fact that it didn't get another Luke's Landspeeder is a definite plus as well. So I love this. With it all set up like this, you can see I haven't even got any minifigures outside, but it still looks really, really cool. I do have the Corindon guy right over here, which I just think looks really cool. He's like almost like a secret spy outpost looking out. But I just think this set is absolutely wicked. I definitely recommend it. I know people are asking whether this set's worth the price or not, but it is 10p per piece in the UK. So I think that shows, you know, a lot of people always take it on piece parts and stuff, but this thing has some really big pieces like the dewback, like these big pieces for the ships, and even these rounded pieces on the domes, and it's still a pretty good price a piece, as well as 21 minifigures with 7 exclusive to the set, and then we're also getting the Bith musicians, which are absolutely wicked and really rare to get, and Wooer, who's only been in one set as well, and the dewback. So I think this is a great set, and I would definitely recommend it for any Star Wars fan. If you enjoyed the vid, then if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel, and as always, keep bricking it.